What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Power After Hours, your favorite power podcast, live on YouTube and on every podcast platform. I am Jeff on this side. Krissy is on the other side, and we are here to recap Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 1, Episode 5, Choose Your Battles. Y'all about to be lit in this chat. I already know what the vibes are because there was a lot of things going on that y'all was calling out, and we're gonna have to pay homage. Krissy, what's up?
Listen, what's good, my friend? I am ecstatic. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I did not watch the episode live last night. I know. I'm usually the one that be live tweeting, but a young thug was tired, so I had I had to take a little nap. But I did watch this morning. How you doing today, Jeff?
I'm good. Yo, shout out to everybody in the chat, everybody that links up with us every week. We are on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe so that you know when we're going live. Everybody listening on the podcast, what's up with y'all? Everybody in the chat, what's good? Take a wild guess at how many jobs Krissy has, while she was so tired on Sunday and she couldn't live tweet. If you get it's a large number. She has multiple jobs and she won't tire herself out, but that's where the money resides. The money don't reside in that live tweeting. I'll tell you that much.
Listen, Fran ain't raised no punk. You hear me? Mom, shout out to you. But yeah, typical Haitian. You got it. Everything is a job. You stay working.
Fran, I see Fran in a minute, yo. Fran,
my
I've
mama
been able
you.
to be the model son. The model second son.
My mama loves some Jeff, and I don't understand it. I don't co-sign it, but she loves me.
My guy Phil too. We got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to discuss. Shout out to everybody who's on Twitter at Power After Hours, was following along with us in the live tweet. It's been fun. I haven't live tweeted with y'all in a minute. So it felt good to get back out there and tweet under the account, I should say.
It's about time.
And do that. Yeah, I mean, I'm Midnight Gang. You know what I'm saying?
No.
I am Midnight Gang. What you mean?
Because you be watching wrestling during the time that it's on.
I do also be watching
wrestling in real time for wrestling, bro.
I love all my TV children equally, right? But when there be pay-per-views on, I ain't gonna be watching. That's what it is. I love y'all, but
I love y'all. I be live tweeting with y'all every week.
Yes,
every week.
Yes. So, man, this episode.
Where my crown at? I need a makeshift crown, dog, because a young thug was right. Okay.
I mean, yeah, a lot of y'all was right, and I do feel like there is some justification that's gonna go on today. Well, there's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot going on, but I want to save the juicy stuff for last and let people get a chance to come in. Let me give some love in the chat. First off, Soraya NA finally caught a live. Love from the UK.
Yo.
Oh, she love us. It's midnight. It's tomorrow over there already. So shout out to you, Soraya. Thank you for joining us. We won't have you on here too long. You know what I'm saying? We won't have you on here too long, but you chose to be on here with us all the way from across the pond. Thank you so much. Shout out. I knew we had our peoples in the UK tapping in with us. So, all right. First off,
where do you start?
Why are we so stupid as kids when we lie?
Oh, I mean, my dad. Listen, as he was coming up with that lie, I kept saying, nigga, do better. Like, what are you doing? Like, not only did he lie, the lie was like, it didn't even add up. You know what I mean? Like, it was terrible. Like, you didn't think about the lie. You know what I mean? You knew at some point you was probably going to get caught, right? Mm-hmm. Like, but you didn't try to concoct the lie ahead of time. I don't know. Typical child, right?
It's the worst when you don't realize that your parents pretty much know what the hell is going on.
Yeah.
And you decide to concoct this whole story and thinking that you're going to get over on them when she's just like, and she's cool about it. She was like, either you got hit or someone next to you got hit. Judging is how you hear, feel sorry for the other person.
Sorry for the other person. Yeah.
Let me tell you what was so funny to me. Marvin doing his Soulja Boy impersonation, telling the story about how the stash house got hit.
I was here. I was there.
Pow, pow. Blow, blow, blow.
Nobody believed Marvin, though. No one.
Once you start, once somebody's telling the story, they gotta add multiple sound effects. It's gonna be sketchy.
He
It's
was
gonna be sketchy.
as he's sitting there eating all that food. Like I'm looking at him like, bruh, nobody's buying your story. Like, but what's sad is he was so into the story, he didn't realize nobody gave a fuck about what he was saying. Like you couldn't tell by Rock's face that she wasn't buying the bullshit you was selling her. Like, come on now.
Yeah, but you know, it's one of those things where realizing who your family is and acting accordingly, right?
Yeah.
So Marvin and Lulu get into it. It was so many. There were so many layered cultural references in this whole episode that had me rolling.
Yeah.
Like Marvin and Lulu going back and forth because you know Lulu thinks Marvin is a knucklehead. He's getting it wrong, and they going back and forth. You know Marvin Marvin making the claim that you know talking about Lulu has his mind on the studio and Marvin don't got his mind in the game at all. So they're going back and forth.
Yeah.
And Marvin Lulu, he makes a claim about Lulu about dude Crown
Camacho,
like,
fake ass Quincy Jones. Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Crown gonna be sleeping with your girl. And Lulu was like, yeah, tell your story that you know your baby mom is like with a Nick play and all that. And I was like, wait, is this who Biggie was talking about on Story to Tell?
Bruh, but that was like the juiciest line, if you ask me, because we have been sitting here, and I know y'all in the chat, y'all been asking every week about Juke's mom. And we finally got just a little snippet of what went down. We don't know the full story, but we know she got turned out. So whatever, she probably left him for another dude. That's what ended up happening.
Jamal's stupid. We found out what happened to Juke's mom. Yeah. Kitty Skywalker, the oak tree was being.
Yeah, something like that, dog. I mean, it is what it is. It seems like she, you know, he lost her to another dude that made more money or was, you know, bigger and better.
Allegedly. We don't know the kid. What'd you think about their fight?
Oh boy, I was just like, man, a fight with siblings never ends well, right? Like I've been in fights with my siblings. I don't know that. I mean, my brother and I, we've gotten in some pretty big ones, but like it never ends well because no one ever really wins. You feel me? Like no one wins the battle. Y'all just fighting, and you want them to work it out. But it seems like this is something that they do regularly. Like, you know what I mean? Like the way it ended, it wasn't like, yo, you know, my bad. It was like the way he grabbed his crotch as Lulu was pulling off. I was like, Marvin ain't shit. Let's be clear. Marvin doesn't care. And I was like, damn, he grabbed that shit hard as hell, didn't he?
Yo, how about the cops coming through this to break it up? Like they didn't even hop out. They were just like, all right, y'all.
Don't make us stop this car.
Make us stop. Don't make us stop. Y'all messing around with this. We not trying to. We on break. You know what I mean? Like they try to drive by.
Roll the window down. It was too cold outside. I ain't doing this shit.
They just used like the megaphone or whatever, just the speaker, the intercom, whatever, and just kept it moving. I thought that was pretty hilarious. But you could see that their tensions are running high.
Yeah.
Right. And going one of the storylines. I saw people talking in. First off, shout out to everybody giving us love. What up, Jenny? My sister's in the chat. What's up? Good. I'm glad you finally got a chance to get on this live. Shout out to Miss Coffee saying that she loves your green and red lipstick combination.
Thanks, sis. You know what I mean?
It's as the kids would say, it's giving what it's supposed to give, right?
Yes, that's what you're damn right. I will put in work. I'm here. Okay. We lit it.
She got her sleep on Sunday and wasn't live tweeting with y'all. So now
let it go, Jeff. Let it go. That's 1 week. This is week 5. You've missed 4 weeks. You did 1 week. Think you somebody. Chill.
Listen, I want credit for the things I'm supposed to do. So
get out of here. Get out, please. Somebody please handle Jeff for me. Handle my lightweight, please.
Wow. In other news, Power After Hours, your favorite power podcast. Hit your thumbs up. Like what you love. Get active in the chat. Get active in the comment section after the fact. We love y'all, and we love y'all for being here. I liked Jukebox's arc throughout this whole episode. It was a lot of tough stuff, but you saw some resolutions and some things that I kind of figured was gonna happen. And when it did, I was kind of like, shit, right? So Jukebox finally gets in the studio,
Yeah.
like how she wanted. What did you think about that whole setup with Lulu and how those two related?
Bro, that song was jamming. Okay, let me tell you something. I found myself, the meme with Jay-Z where he's that was me as I was listening to. I thought, okay, yeah.
Nah, your head.
Not it. Hey, I was with it. I really liked the song, and I was happy that for her in that moment she didn't tense up like she did when she was with old girl in the mall recording that video. She really was there singing like that girl. Her voice is beautiful. It was something like it was just a vibe, like what she was able to create on that song. Like everybody, even old dude Famous was like, dang, where did this voice come from? Like there's a reason they call her Jukebox. She proved herself right then and there. Yeah, like her vocals are amazing. Like, what did you think about it? The song was lit.
I love this. Shout out to Haley Kilgore. Vocals always on point as always. We got to know why she was called Jukebox. Lulu finally revealed the origin. As she was singing, and people on the block used to give her a quarter to sing the favorite song. Just like a jukebox, you put the money in and you get a dope song out of it. So that was something that I saw people always throwing around, like the Jukebox origins. We finally got the real origin of her nickname. But I loved how Lulu and Jukebox story about their conversation about not owing anybody and making your own way kind of translated to this episode, because Lulu didn't have to ask for a favor to do it. He put his money up. He paid for her studio time by paying homeboy the engineer's salary, paying all the people in the back salary that they couldn't, Crown couldn't pay because his money was going up dry. So the minute he put the money up, he is entitled to that studio time and what he wants, and got Jukebox in there to show off her skills, which I thought was fire. And it sounds like, people in the chat, they were like in Street Life by Famous. I ain't gonna lie, like Famous is out here like Puerto Rican Dave.
Like I was
Dicky right now, but for the streets.
Hey, I mean, he kept singing that's the same line we heard last week, by the way. I was like, okay, are we gonna add some more bars to this thing, or what we doing?
Oh no, he tweaked it. He tweaked it a little bit. It was a little bit of flow,
I was really there for Juke's part. What she was saying, what she was putting down, that's what I was there for. Because she had a like little Erykah Badu-esque twang too. I mean, it was sounded really good. Like that's a song. Remember when we used to do the Empire podcast and they would release songs from every episode? I feel like if they released this track, we would be in. Like, just tell me where to listen.
You remember when Cuba Gooding Jr.'s name was Puma? When his name on the show was Puma?
Puma. Oh man, good times. We had so much fun doing that podcast. That was fun, guys.
Yo, real talk. We used to have to cut scenes, like sections, because we couldn't get through the podcast because of jokes off of Empire. Like, yo, that first season, that was some of the funnest podcasting we ever did.
Yes, that would have been
so ridiculous.
That would have been like a 2.5 hour live if we were doing it in today's time, because the jokes would never ended. So
30 minutes of the live would be us in tears.
Yeah. Like I'm all for them releasing this track though for Haley Kilgore. Like, give me I know she's only doing the hook, but just give me the track. It was that good. I don't know what y'all think in the chat, but I'm with it.
Ronaldo Salem, what's up, Ronaldo? I don't think I've seen your name around, but thank you for joining us. The development of Jukebox character continues in episode 5. I'm about to say season 5. I'm in the future.
You way ahead of yourself.
The development of Jukebox character continues in episode 5.
Yeah,
and part of that is one, overcoming her fear of singing in public and singing in front of people.
Yeah.
But we also see, as she's exploring her sexuality and she's with her girlfriend Nicole, what I fear, because the whole time they would be messing around in the room.
Lock your door.
Your doors ain't locked. You vibing out to Jukebox music. Y'all in there. Y'all cool. Y'all acting like it's low-key. You acting like it's 2021. Like,
I was hoping the door was locked.
Bruh. They left it up. They were lacking. They got caught lacking. And that whole scene, what did you think about that scene with the mother discovering Juke and Nicole?
Broke my heart, because it's twofold, right? back then, and even some people today, but this wouldn't bother me, but you're finding out that your child is gay, right? And then also that she's dating somebody that's black. So that's like a two, like her mother reacted as a white mother, how I expected her to react. The dad was like, what the fuck? What's going on? Somebody tell me what's happening. He was just dumb. But
could you tell me what the fuck is going on?
I'm like, you can't put two and two together, nigga. Like, figure it out.
Yeah, he just wanted the confirmation because he saw a lot of screaming. He's like, yo, is it
damn.
Which ism?
I know. I couldn't tell I didn't know what to tell him, but I know that the mother, she reacted how I expected. The whole time, every time they've been doing things, like last week when they ended up having sex, I was like, please let this door be locked. Y'all acting real reckless, but then you got to remember, teenagers dumb. So I felt really bad for Jukebox. She kind of froze. You know what I mean? Like, it was like she saw everything that she knew could happen actually happening in front of her. And to see her broken like that, man, it made me so sad for her, seeing those tears and the pain that came with that when she was looking up in the window, you know, at Nicole, looking engaging for what is she supposed to do now?
Right.
And she's just broken. There's no coming back from that. There's nothing that the mom would be able to say and apologize in the future and be like, yo, my bad. Like, that's a situation that you don't come back from. And I felt really bad for her. Like, it broke me as a mom, but also as you know, took me back to my childhood as a young girl. You know, in any situation, that could have been me too. It could have been anybody. So I just felt bad for her in that moment. What did you think?
Yeah, I agree with the comment. Tracy, what's up, Tracy? Welcome to the show. Jukebox was holding back her tears. Made me sad for her. Yeah, it was tough to watch. It was tough to watch, see it, because it's so many things that she was discovering at once. You know what I'm saying? One, that her daughter was gay. Two, that her black friend that you were cool with, over there, is the one. And then the reaction, because when the mom comes in, Jukebox is on top of her.
Yeah.
So that's what sort of fueled it. Because if it was the other way around, she couldn't try to throw around
the word
rape and saying all of that, because it would have been like, what is my daughter doing on top of her? You know what I mean? But she was able to justify something that she couldn't even fathom by blaming black people, which is something that's big triggering for me, because that has happened too much.
It happens to our black brothers all the time. How many? I mean, look at Brian Banks, for example, was put in jail by a false rape accusation from a white girl. I mean, it happens to them all the time. So when she did say the word rape, it triggered me big time.
Right. Roz said, I hate the fact that she said rape. It was all with consent.
And it wouldn't matter if it was consented or not.
When they got caught making out, her mother was so upset she threatened to press rape charges against Jukebox. Yeah. And Rainy, what's up? Yeah, poor Juke, her face turned hard, no tears, and walked off the block. Because you gotta understand, like, even with her, throughout the whole season so far, she kind of was arm's length with the exploration and the discovery, right? And for her to fully commit and give in, at least as much as she could, and then that happens, it's almost you could see that she was kind of like blaming herself.
Yeah.
And it's like, damn, I can't be this way. Then I can't be this way with a white girl. Then I can't be this way with a well-off white girl. So there's like class, race, and sex. It's like that trifecta that affected her and hit her all at once. So I saw somebody in the chat say that might be the catalyst for her turning savage. Yeah, you never know, because now that she stopped talking to her because the mom is talking about she's gonna press charges and all that, you don't know.
Yeah, it's sad. I feel really bad for her. And then she didn't even have her shoes on. Like, oh girl, Juke was putting her shoes on outside the house. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't think this is the last we're gonna see of Nicole, though. I definitely think we're gonna see her again. I just hate that it had to end like that for Juke. Like, she was finally comfortable. And I guess that her being comfortable made her susceptible to making mistakes, like not checking to see if the door was locked. So yeah, I feel bad for her.
Jefferson, what's going on? Welcome to the show. Both Nicole and Jukebox are devastated as Jukebox is kicked out of the Upper East Side apartment. A pretty accurate threat for the early 90s. Yeah. It was very much all or nothing when people would threaten you. They threaten you with the worst possible shit that they could put on your name. And especially as a black person, you didn't need that smoke. No matter what, right, wrong, indifferent, you didn't need that smoke. So you got out of there. But, you know, to lighten it up a bit, Famous's reaction when she told him, like, yeah, I've been with somebody before, I fell out of my chair. That man was livid. He's like, yo, you see me out here, I'm looking at these random titties, and you let somebody else hit? And
before me?
Right, he was like, me, I've been trying to hit that since 5th grade. Like, he's going off, and Kanan's just like,
nigga, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, can you not read the room enough to know that Jukebox is gay at this point? That was the first thing that came to my mind. You that dumb?
I don't even think Famous cares. I think Famous would be like, yo, I don't care why you let anybody touch. I've been talking to you since 5th grade. I shared my apple slices with you.
But you see how many times they stayed the whole time? She was just like
he's like, yo, Kid was like, you know, that's like my family, right? Can you show some respect? And Famous said, nah, because he was so outraged.
He was mad. He wanted it first.
He wanted it first. Not about respect. It's not about respect. What about me? What about my needs? It isn't about respect at this
selfish
point. There's something owed. And it was such a high school ass conversation, but especially because it's like, yo, you grew up so long and you thinking like, yo, that's gonna be my first, that's gonna be blah blah blah. And she was like, no, that would never happen. It wasn't gonna happen anyway. And forget the fact that it wouldn't happen because you don't have the right equipment for her. But the part where he was looking at Playboy and found out it was like these random titties. You got me looking at these random titties. I fucking screamed.
I bet you did, Jeff. I bet you that made your night. That whole thing.
He was like, why I'm here looking at these random titties when you dropping this knowledge of me? And I'm like, fam, what?
Yeah, he was definitely upset. Like more upset than the whole time. I just was like, what is wrong with him? Like he was definitely mad, like on a different level. Different.
100%. I see people talking about Famous being big mad and talking about her sexuality and stuff like that. One of the things Chad is talking about is just like the way she dressed and whatnot. There wasn't there's stereotypes, of course, but girls wearing like the same type of clothes that God, like it was like the fashion. It's kind of like now, really, where it's like, you know, you'd be dressing, especially in New York. It's like you wearing your fashion and stuff like that. You could dress in a variety of ways. Like women just had that versatility that they can do that. So I don't think it was like, you know, especially somebody that you grew up with, you've seen them. Right. So you just assume because it wasn't seen like that. It wasn't normal like that. It wasn't commonplace like that to be. Now kids going to school. It's like, oh yeah, this person is this person is that.
Right.
Because it is what it is. You know what I mean? So, but that man,
he was triggered.
Sick. And yeah, I seen. Hold on, let me see. Savage Ass there. What's up? Famous got a big ass mouth,
bro. Yeah, oh my god, how big can it get?
Not only big ass mouth about Juke, but even Davina. When they were talking about, do you know who hit? And Famous was like, oh, well, I mean.
Juke is smart, though, because the way she put that together without even having been there, so to speak, when the whole thing went down at the stash house, like even she knows, like, you know, he and Kanan, I really believe deep down he knows that it's Davina as well, but he's trying to blame it on, what's the dude's name that was in the stash? Scrap. He's trying to put it on Scrap because he needs it out. But we all know it's Davina, and then here go Famous talking about some Davina a snitch, and I'm like, nigga, shut up! Like, could you get any louder? But my guess is if Juke is making that deduction, that it's only a matter of time before Rock figures it out as well.
Right. And I thought it was interesting. One thing about that scene when she got pissed at Kanan, where Kanan was talking about, I know your secret, but Juke was talking about family secrets too.
Yeah.
That made me think, she talking about Lulu? Or she talking about something else?
She might be talking about something else. Now, it seems to be a lot of secrets going on, which we uncovered a big one. But I'm just saying, there's a lot of secrets between this family. And I think when you're in that type of work, the drug game, there kind of has to be a lot of secrets, right? And so I'm only guessing that there's a lot that there is to uncover. And I feel like with every episode, we're going to get something new.
Yeah, facts. Speaking of getting something new, I think all of our Power After Hour fan community, shout out to y'all before I turn up. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Y'all keeping the chat live as always. Continue to turn up. Let us know what you think. Let us know where you want the conversation to go next. Those of you joining us for the first time, welcome to our show. Subscribe so that you know when we're going live. Subscribe everywhere. Like the show. Do all of the engagement stuff you can, because this is where it's at. This is the best spot to talk about all things power. But we need to talk about false accusations.
Oh, okay.
I would like to submit this episode as further proof that the slanderous claims from people in this chat, people that are watching here, people that follow us on Twitter and on Instagram, said that Brother Symphony was a Fed. All this brother does every week is drop knowledge on the racial systemic consequences of architecture in New York City, and does his best to show Kanan love. And y'all still saying this man is a Fed. The man who rolled up in a early 90s police station to bark on black cops about incarcerating black boys for no reason and held that man down. He a Fed.
I've seen worse happen on Chicago PD. I've seen a lot of things happen. Like, I know that in order to keep you covered, you got to do things like that. Had Kanan called him and he didn't show up, he would have looked a lot worse. He's a Fed. Or he's something. He's a CI. He's something.
You know what he is? He's an educated black man
in 90s New York
who is being slandered by people in the future because y'all can't believe that the man is genuine.
Y'all killing me in the chat. Who said Symphony St. Patrick? I am crying. I am dead.
Perp minded. What up, Perp minded? Symphony St. Patrick has a ring to it. Yo, y'all, that's Ghost brother. He sounds just like him.
Always trying. And thank you, Miss Coffee. Deep cover, the deepest of deep. That dude is a Fed.
Shout out LeBerry Season for that comment too. Nah, man, that brother ain't a Fed. Like, can we just acknowledge? No. That if he is a Fed, he's one of the smartest that we know because he got the knowledge. He's wait, time out.
He's smart.
He's what he know. He's a TA, and none of them kids was turning up on him. You ain't see nobody talking back. You ain't see nobody throwing shit. Symphony is respected because them little dudes on a Saturday. They not disrespecting him. He got the class on lock. He got Kanan interested in architecture, and he almost was more interested than cooking crack,
because he has to get them in on his game. You got to put Kenan's comment up there. AUSA Symphony.
Yo, Kenan is stupid. AUSA Symphony.
Y'all coming up with the greatest thing. Symphony is a Fed. Mark my words, bro. I'm telling you, dude is dirty.
Oh, hold on. What's up, Javier Solano? What's up? Kanan low-key admires Symphony's intellectual alpha male personality, and he said it. Yeah. He said it on the narration. Grown Kanan said it.
Yeah, he did.
He appreciated him because class was always in session.
Yeah,
it never stops with Symphony. He's always going to be trying to teach you something, and whether you were ready to hear it or not, he's always ready to drop that knowledge.
Yeah, and I love what he dropped in the police station when you know when he was talking to him like, I'm not your brother, I'm not your nigga. Like he's so knowledgeable to the point where I'm actually learning listening to him when he was talking about the bridges and the white people, and you know how you'll never see them in the hood unless they're filling up at the gas station, because they built those bridges to make it easier for the white people to get to the airports without having to come through the hood. Yeah, it's crazy. I learned a lot. Listen, I was like, damn, Symphony kind of smart, but he's still a Fed.
So Symphony goes to school for architecture in bachelor's and is currently getting a master's, and that's his cover. Would you think he's 21 Jump Street or something?
You act like maybe he's got somebody in his family that did something and they're using him, you know what I mean, to lessen the family members. You act like we haven't seen all kinds of deals worked out and shit on Power. Is you nuts?
Cecil says he talks like Fishburne and Boys in the Hood. I'm out of here, yo. Y'all are nuts. Y'all are nuts. What's up, Michelle? Listen, Rock is listening to Symphony and taking her drug game to another level.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, she is.
Like, yo, her whole architecture game with having the one apartment on top of the other and bringing the customers to them instead of being on the block. To me, it looks like she's trying to start up her own Carter.
Smart. It's brilliant. I mean, Rock is already smart, but I feel like she takes bits and pieces from what she hears going on, from what she's listening to from Symphony, and then she builds upon it. Like the plan that she came up with in terms of execution is brilliant. Like, you're not going to see Unique come up with that. That's
true. That's true. But speaking of Unique, you see Scrap jumping ship, trying to go to a new team because he had to scrap with Kanan. Because Kanan took his idea that Scrap was the one that dimed them out instead of Davina. So far, he had to try to challenge Scrap and try to fight with him or whatnot.
I don't think that's why, though. I think Rock is making him do it.
Oh no, I'm just talking about when Kane.
I was like, the way you said it, he was like he went to the other side.
No, yeah, I was getting there.
I don't think that's what it is.
Yeah, clearly I think, and y'all let us know in the chat what you think too. When she stopped him, the fact that he walked out of that alive means that there may be a power play. And she was saying that she was setting it up. So for him to go there and play undercover, like other people y'all think is playing undercover, but he's actually playing undercover. Just saying. Not suggestion, very much suggesting, right? But with him, even when they got into that fight and they got arrested and whatnot, and Kanan felt, even if it's because he couldn't get in contact with Marvin or Lulu, allegedly, the fact that he was able to call Symphony and hold it down, and you know what I appreciate about Symphony? Symphony treads that line well.
He does. He does.
I don't know. Well, like,
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know.
I'm talking about when Kanan asked him about, "Well, you're not gonna tell my mom."
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
What was he saying with that?
Yeah, I understand what he's doing there. It's like he doesn't want to get on Kanan's bad side because he needs to be on Kanan's good side so that he could be with his moms. But then he also definitely don't want to get on Rock's bad side. So basically telling him, I'm not going to lie to her, but I'm also not going to be forthcoming with information. Right. But I think what's going to bite them both in the ass is the fact that Scrap saw Symphony pick him up, because you saw Scrap's face like, yo, what the fuck? Right. So I think, Rock knows everything. We know at this point you can't hide anything from her. So I wouldn't be surprised if when she did pull Scrap over, that Scrap ended up telling her about what went down. And I definitely think she's using him to get inside information to find out who did the stash house. And it's only a matter of time again until Rock finds out that it was Davina. But I hope it doesn't end up backfiring on her, because what Juke did say when she was having that conversation with Kanan is that Scrap is like family. He's one of the most loyal dudes that they have, on the squad. So to lose him would actually be a big blow to Rock. And I think she knows that he's so loyal that he would have never done it anyway. He didn't dime out the stash house. So I think she knows that she's trying to figure out what the fuck, like who did it, so that she knows what she needs to do on her side. Right.
Shout out to the nunchuck master. Rock definitely has Scrap on the cover. She may do the same to kill Davina when she finds out. Woo, I don't know. And Kenneth, Kanan owes Symphony a plate of spaghetti for getting him out. Yeah, spaghetti, meatballs, and whatever he was plating with, whether it was like kale or some lettuce or something. He need all of that. Miss Coffee says Scrappy told her everything in the car. Because at that point he thought he was dead.
Yeah, I think so. I think he told her.
Probably dropped all of that. What's up, Mavs Green? The writers have a clear structural point that they overemphasize in each episode. I haven't decided if it's brilliant because it unifies the storyline or annoying because it's redundant. What do you think about that, Krissy?
Yeah. I mean, I don't find it to be annoying because it's redundant. I feel like they're just trying to make their point with this with the characters more than anything. Like, just like the little subtle hint about this. You brought up the spaghetti. When Jukebox was having that conversation with Nicole, she was like, "Yeah, your moms make white people spaghetti," and then she's talking about what black spaghetti is, and we got to see Kanan doing that. Like they bring it up various pieces a few times, but it's to make a point. Like there's always a good point being made in terms of character development. So I don't find it to be annoying. I just think it's how they use it to build the storyline.
Yeah, and Maz Green, if you have an example of what you think that they overemphasize that gets annoying, let me know, because I don't really see that. Because, for example, the title of the episode was "Choose Your Battles," right?
Yeah.
So clearly that you could see that as Scrap choosing a side, right? Or Marv and Kanan choosing whether they were going to lie or whether they were going to tell the truth. You could even say the whole thing, when we're going to get to it with Detective Howard, that whole thing might have been a battle chosen, a battle that you want to fight again, right? So these are the things that I say from a title point of view, that they emphasize. That's something that they've always done on Power. That something happened ties to what they say in the episode. Like "Don't Sleep" was like the perfect concept of people who were lacking and who got caught out there, right? So I don't know if I see anything overt that they're doing where it's like, all right, we get it. I mean, like Symphony's educational tip of the week, he says it within the flow of what he's doing. So I don't really see it as overt. So like if you have an example of that, feel free to drop that, because I'd love to chime in. And it's time for Krissy to chime in now, because I'm gonna let you get your shit off, because this is your time.
I mean, I don't want to do too much, you know what I mean? Like I feel like this is the point when the Jamaican horns need to blow, because it's about that time. Y'all, I've been saying for weeks now that something was going on between Rock and Detective Howard. I mean, I knew something was more. I just, something kept telling me that there was something deeper. And the moment Kanan was in that police station and he said his date of birth, you saw something in Detective Howard's head like click. And it was like, yo, wait a minute. I thought you were older than that. Like, so Rock had been telling this dude, you know what I mean? And then before he even made the statement about, when he was born, he made it a point to tell Kanan that me and your moms go way back. Like, and it kind of insinuated that there was something there. We now know, obviously, that something happened between them. We don't know if it was a relationship. I'm not sure if they were like dating, but a mistake was made. A mistake was made about 15 years ago, and in walks Kanan. So we've been listening to Detective Howard, with his sickness. He's got cancer, right? And so now we know Kanan is probably the match that can save his life. You know what I mean? Kanan is not the son of who we all thought he was. Likely Detective Howard is his dad. And what makes this even more interesting is I wonder how they are going to navigate that. Like, your dad is the cop who is trying to bring you down. Like, how do you deal with that? Is Detective Howard now going to not go after them as hard, knowing that it could affect his son? And I want to know what the fuck went down. Like, what went down between him and Rock? Was it really just a drunken mistake, or did they really fall for each other but knew they couldn't be together because, he made her choose? Right. You're either going to be with me or you're going to do what you're doing. So I'm interested to know more, but I would just like to say I feel good about myself knowing that I can make such a good judgment from watching the show. I feel good. Thank you, Roz. I do deserve my crown. I wish I had one on right now. I feel like I should have came in with a paper crown of some sort so y'all could feel where I'm coming from. But I would just like to be recognized for the fact that I called it. That's it.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I could get you some salutes right now. Is that good?
I hear it. I hear it, and I feel good about where I'm at in life. You know what I mean? Christian Thomas.
Whatever, y'all hyping her too much. Let me get my hate on. Let me get my hate on for a second. Nah, but
I was right.
No, you was, and it's funny because when first people was like, oh, they smashed and blah blah. I'm like, all right, this is a little far fetched, but now it's a lot more fetched than it was before, right? But I thought it was ill how he told Kanan told Howard that he was 15, right? He said 15.
Yeah, 15.
And he told him he was born in 75.
Right.
And he was like, "Oh, I thought you were older."
Yeah.
He's like, "Well, the hell does that have to do with anything?" And when they started showing him looking up DEF CON, and when he went into jail, there were no conjugal visits, and that's what he ends up telling her at the end. But once it said 74, it was like October 74 or whatever. I was like,
math ain't mathin'.
The math was not mathing. I carried the 1, I multiplied by 3, I even divided by 4. The math did not math. So, earlier in the episode, they show Howard going through getting his latest update from his diagnosis and saying his cousins in Alabama didn't match.
Yep.
He needs that marrow transplant. If he don't get that marrow transplant, it's pretty much
a wrap.
So, like you said, now we get into talking about the future, like, is he going to mention his condition? Is he going to try to get saved? Is Rock going to use that as a bargaining chip for him to take out Unique, right? Will Kanan find out? Is it even possible? Is it even possible? Which I think that's where they're leaning. So imagine Kanan Stark is the son of a drug kingpin and a detective.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy when you think about it. I love it. I freaking love it. Because of all people, it had to be Kanan. And I just love that this is where the storyline is taking us, because now there's infinite possibilities for what can go down. Because you notice Kanan doesn't narrate those times. Like, he's not narrating when he was when Howard was looking things up, when Howard had the conversation with his mom. So it could be a situation where Kanan never actually finds out. As of right now, he's not narrated anything for me to think that he even knows Howard is his father.
Right. Let's get into these comments. Tracy says, I don't think Rock will tell Kanan in the original Power. Older Kanan said he never knew or met his father.
But that could also be a mechanism for him in terms of not having to let anyone know that his dad is a cop. You know what I mean? Like, it can go both ways, I think.
Yeah, it could be. You could always say that he was lying and then he said, or he could say, he could still think that DEF CON is his dad.
True.
That he never met him because he was locked up, right?
True.
Perp-minded. I think Rock and Howard used to be high school sweethearts, but went in different directions in life. Yeah,
but 15 years would put Rocket.
Let's see. Nunchuck Master, I still low-key want to know more about DEF CON. I wonder if we're gonna get more on him as it goes.
Flashbacks, maybe.
Right. Shout out to Tracy, who also says, if you notice, Kanan said he was born on August 15, 75. Last night episode premiered on August 15, 2021. That was like some divine lining up, because I don't think that they thought of that, but the fact that it lined up on there, I see you with your numerology too.
Good job, Tracy.
I see you. Savage Ass Dan. Howard said, me and your moms used to be real close. I knew it was over there.
Yeah. Anytime somebody says that and uses the term moms, me and your moms, I was like, oh, we best friends. Y'all buddy, chum. Yeah, they was lit.
All right. Shout out to Michelle. Michelle has a question. The whole Howard and DEF CON situation. Rock told Kanan she was pregnant in the stash house. She made it seem like DEF CON was really there teaching her, right? So how I understand it, I guess she must have been dating DEF CON, whatever.
Yeah.
DEF CON taught her some of the game. Then he gets incarcerated. He gets locked up. She gets pregnant and has Kanan. And then from there, she links up with homeboy from episode 1.
Yeah.
So the first dude, when he was like, yo, he treated my mom well, and he got killed a year later for snitching. Right. So I think they both taught her the game. And like Tech Tower said, he's on the Mount Rushmore of New York kingpin legends, like right up there with Nicky Barnes, Def Con. This is how they built Def Con up, right? So I don't know how much of that we're gonna get. They're definitely gonna have to give us some more background on that. I'm interested in that for sure. What's up, Miss Coffee? I agree. Savage Unique said Kanan is you at DEF CON's boy when speaking to Rock. Yeah. So I actually saw something. What's up, Mavs Greed? He's saying that we knew it was Davina, but he underestimates her street smarts and gets into a intense argument while Jukebox. He even suggested she could be culpable. And said Kanan places the blame on Scrappy, right? And we talked about it. We talked about it a little earlier, but that is true. That when shout out to Mavs Green on that as well. When they get into that fight and he gets locked up, Unique's man was in the store and saw Scrappy getting locked up. So I think that furthered his alibi for why he wants to jump ship. So that was really dope. Y'all got any questions y'all want to ask? Commentary on the show? Any parts of the show? Flood, hit us in the comments. Hit us in the comment section. Hit us in the comments if you're watching this after the show. Power After Hours. Subscribe, like, share it with the people that you know love Power, and we're gonna keep this going. Jarrell, what's up, Jarrell? I love watching Power Book 3, Raising Kanan. I do too. I'm really vibing with this for real. Erica, what's up, Erica? Welcome to the show. Who is Symphony? Cop Fed. The way Scrappy looked at him was interesting. Y'all not gonna do this.
No, you're in denial is what you are. You're in denial.
No, we're not doing this.
And you need to get together.
Nope. Talking about the way he looked at him. He looked at him because he thought he was the educated brother from the bank. And he wasn't. He's just a brother that's
You a lie. You a lie. And you know damn well he looked at him like something was up. So don't even do this.
This is why the educational system is shit. Because you got brothers like Symphony trying to teach the youth, all the while he's being called a federal agent. I'm over it.
Y'all come get your friend.
Roz, I know Rock did not want to teach him how to make crack. I saw it in her eyes.
Yeah.
What did you think about that scene?
Yeah, that was sad. You could tell as a parent. I mean, what? You don't want to teach your child how to make no crack rock, damn it. But at the same time, she had no choice. I mean, she now sees he is not going to stop trying to figure out the game. So it kind of like what you saw Tasha do with Tariq in regular Power. You know what I mean? Instead of him going and finding out the hard way, I'm going to teach you the right way so that you don't make the mistakes. And so I kind of understood why she was doing it. She's definitely not parent of the year. Don't get me wrong, but I get what's happening. So right. You know what I mean? Yeah. What did you think?
And you can see what I loved about that scene was the narration once again, where he said, you know, people look down on you and think the crime game is the only way that you had to go. Yeah. But he had a choice and he chose to be in the game as opposed to going to school and trying to get out, because his mother set it up for him all the way to saying, if anything happens to me, you go live with your grandmother.
Yeah.
Had a way for him out, and he chose the game because he feels this is where he's most effective. And I think that's a narrative for a lot of folks that we know that did have options and then chose the other way because they wanted to choose the other way. Yeah. It's not always an assumption of that, you know, of determination or whatever the case may be. What up, Jaleel? Kanan and Howard will never get along.
I would hope not.
Boy, I am on time for that. What up, Jamal? Queen pins be winning. Police protection for bone marrow.
Listen, a bone marrow transplant is very painful, and it's not an easy thing. So if Rock actually convinces Kanan to do that, she's going to have a damn good reason for it. Like, she's either going to have to tell him the truth, or there's going to have to be a damn good lie. You don't just go to the doctor and give blood, and that shit is painful as fuck. Right. So, I mean, she going to have to tell him something if he ends up doing it.
Something. What's up, the Westbrooks 13? Welcome to the show. Kanan told Tariq, you ain't a real killer until you kill someone you love. Do you think Kanan will kill Davina? I thought
he was talking about his son.
Yeah. Someone that dropped, Rainey had said that in the chat too, that it was he was talking about Sean when he killed Sean. But you know, I lost count of how many people Kanan killed that he loved. So it could be a precursor to that he's done it before. So that's why he didn't hesitate for Sean. But
That's
now
true.
I think he's already shown through book 1 that he will kill who he needs to kill. Right.
Yeah.
What's up, Green Fly? We all know someone usually dies in episode 8 of the Power shows. Who do y'all think it's gonna be?
Ooh, if I had to put a little pop on it, I think it's gonna either be a Symphony or Davina.
I
Because
like
we
that.
expect Unique to die. It's always somebody you don't expect.
I'm with that. I like Symphony or Davina. The way y'all be wishing death on that man. I wouldn't
Oh my
be
God.
surprised. You know what I'm saying? That young brother who's just
Why are
trying
you
to
riding
make a
so
name for
hard for this
himself.
dude?
No,
Let's get down to that.
I don't believe he's a Fed, and I'm putting all my stakes in that so that when he's not discovered to be a Fed, I can do the same victory lap that you just did all on the internet. All right. What's up, Michelle? The lady in the bodega, she's always ear hustling.
Yes.
It's going to be interesting to see what happens with the information she knows about Davina.
Yes.
I wonder if she will tell Rock. I do think that she was saying to the husband when he was pressing Famous, like, yo, those are the friends of homegirl that owns the back. And that's why he was like, all right. But yeah, she hears everything and she don't be saying shit, but that can soon.
It's gonna come out eventually. You're gonna see her play a role at some point. They don't keep panning to her for no reason when big things like that happen. It's gonna come back at some point.
Right. What's up, Nathan Aaron? Thank you for joining the show. As she prepares her one-on-one making dope tutorial, Rock acknowledges the irony of her actions and how they conflict with her identity as a mom.
Yeah.
This is the balancing act, right? Of what they got to do. It's like, yo, he let her know straight up. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get to it, whether you show me or not.
Badass.
So you can choose what you want to choose. She's just like, all right, if that's what it is, that's what it is.
Yeah.
What do you think, Krissy?
Yeah, as a mom, it sucks. I couldn't be in her shoes. I'm just telling you that. But Nathan is right. She definitely didn't want to have to do it, but I don't think she had a choice. She saw what happened with freaking Lulu, and now she knows, like, as dumb as Lulu is, you can't leave, Kanan in his hands. So you might as well put him in the hands of somebody you trust, which is yourself.
Tracy has a theory. I think Rock sets Marvin up to go to jail. In episode 3, Rock stated that Jukebox lived with her in the past. I think this is when Marvin was incarcerated. Marvin said he started dealing at 10. Maybe he was working with DEF CON. It's DEF CON, like the governmental levels of importance before you're like ready for an attack. So it's not. I don't think it's DEF CON. We just say F and TH are bridges too far for the New York accent. Maybe Marvin was his number 2. Maybe Rock set Marvin up to make him look incompetent.
He said he got set up. He keeps saying that.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard for me to think that she would do that with family. The fact that she hasn't kicked Marvin out completely. So who knows? Michelle says Symphony's already signed up for season 2, so we don't think it's gonna be him. That don't really mean nothing.
That don't mean shit in the Power universe.
Flashbacks, it could be all of that. So and he could be getting, remember, Angela was signed up for season 6 of Power.
And got those dumbass flashbacks for episode after episode in that season.
Fever dreams and shit.
God, that was so dumb.
Savage Ass Dan, I might be wrong, but I thought I saw that scar when he was in prison in the first season of Power. You talking about Kanan? Oh yeah, we had a scar or whatever, so maybe we find out why he got the scar when he was younger. I don't know, but yeah, if y'all saying he's gonna be on season 2 and he's signing up, that's cool and all, but I need to see it to believe it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I predicted death wrong in the past, so I don't know. I just think somebody, it can't be somebody we know. Like, we know Howard's gonna die. Like, well, he's set up to die. He got something that can kill him. So it's like, it can't be him. But I'm like, so it's got to be a main character for me to want to have that wow factor. It's usually somebody you never expect. So if it is Davina, I think it's going to be something like, I saw someone mention maybe Kanan has to take her out, which wouldn't surprise me, because if Rock is putting him in this game and you got to make tough decisions, that can be an execution she makes him go out and do. I don't know.
Yeah. If I had to guess something that would shock me, it would be if one of the brothers died.
Oh, that would make me so sad because I
It would
like them
make me
both.
sad, but it would shock me if one of the brothers died.
Yeah,
Like in
I
this
feel you.
season, it would really shock me. So Jamal's asking if Symphony know what Rock does. He knew before
He
he
knows.
kicked it to her.
Yeah, he know.
He don't care. It's just like a known thing. It's just like,
But I think they
do
about to
what you
hit some
do.
rocky territory. No
Yeah.
pun intended. But I do think something. Roll your eyes harder, Jeff. Roll them harder.
What you gonna do? You in
I'm
Atlanta?
gonna tell you what Fran used to say: roll your eyes, and they gonna get
Are you
stuck
gonna
behind
get
your
stuck?
head. Yeah, keep it up. Like my mom used to say that shit all the time. I'd be so mad. Like, girl.
If you was walking and your eyes was hitting
Yeah.
you on the toe.
Like, girl, okay.
But
Why
it
you so
was
mean?
you.
Yeah, but I think they about to hit some rocky territory just because the previews for next week, and you can see when she's saying what she's saying, she's in a dress. I would think that she's with Symphony when she's doing that. So I think at some point they can't have this perfect love story. Something has to happen. So I'm eager to see what that's gonna be.
Facts. One thing before we get out of here, I loved Rock. Rock had one of the lines of like the series when they beat up homeboy that wasn't trying to give up the apartment, and he was like, yo, we gotta negotiate. Like, with me, I'm gonna just take what you give me. And she was like, we shake hands when we negotiate, we throw hands when we renegotiate.
That was the dude in the bodega.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, that was the
He was
dude in
talking
the
about
bodega.
his pay, right?
Yeah, he wanted more money, and he
You're
was
right.
like, "We need to renegotiate my deal."
Right.
And yeah.
He was like, we throw hands when we renegotiate.
And I don't think you want this, Poppy.
All right, mommy. Okay, I take what I get. I take what you give me. It's just.
I think he's gonna do something stupid.
He's just.
I feel like he's gonna do something dumb because that dude is just annoying as hell. Every episode, he trying to get more of something. So I just feel like he's gonna make a dumb decision, and the wife is gonna snitch on him to Rock, and we know how that's gonna end.
My daughter drugs. What happened if they come for me? They come for me.
Yeah, Tracy, he's definitely dead. Yeah.
Yeah. But Digga guy is out of here, bro. If it's not from a botched robbery, it's gonna be from his wife for what he's doing.
Ooh, and Rock covers it up. Ooh, yeah, that would make some good stuff. Look at you predicting well. About time.
Oh, what's up, Kiki Penny? Black Sheep's 1991 hit. The choice is yours plays in the background as the episode closes out. Each character ultimately has been presented with difficult decisions. Yeah, they've been on point with their music selection, with the beats that they've hit. I like it. Like, I have some people right now will say that they like Book 3 more than they like Ghost.
Yeah.
And I've been saying, for those who want to get into the Power universe and maybe watch and they're not too keen on it, like, this is a totally different show. It's just some characters that it's a totally different show set in an era where they don't really have to connect as much with what's going on real time.
Yeah,
because it's a prequel. So
you didn't have to watch Power to know this at all,
right? And I think another thing that helps Book 3 is they have Sasha Penn is the executive producer. I think we talked about this last week. But like he is the one that is championing it and giving his direction. Of course, Courtney Kemp is an executive producer as well, but he's the lead.
Yeah.
So he's driving his vision for it, and I think that's good to give it its own unique feel. So y'all let us know in the chat what y'all like. Y'all like how y'all rank this so far after 5 episodes with this and Book 2.
A lot of y'all.
Yeah,
Okay.
I see it. Like, people like it. Wait, Natate, Spanish dude from the store kind of reminds me of that white perv lawyer in Book 1 and Book 2. You talking about Cooper Saxe?
Oh, wait. Or is he talking about? No. Or is he talking about not Cooper Saxe? Cooper Saxe is a perv. When did he get? What did Cooper Saxe do?
I don't know, but they getting on him. They eating him up.
I thought they were talking. I don't know. He wasn't a lawyer, but I'm thinking that they were talking about.
He was. He's a district attorney.
Not Cooper. I'm thinking of the dude that I'm thinking wasn't a lawyer. I thought he was talking about Simon Stern. But I was like, because to me, Simon was a little over the top. But
he said Cooper Saxe. So
Cooper Saxe.
Yeah,
I love Cooper's character. That's just I'm partial. Cooper, he's
we getting some votes. We getting some votes for Ghost. We getting some votes for Raising Kanan. I like them both. I'm really digging Raising Kanan though. But
We should
that's
take a vote
also,
on that. We
huh?
should do that on the powers of
Yeah,
Twitter and
yeah,
take a
yeah,
little
yeah.
vote. Yeah, that'd be good.
Make that happen. Make that happen, right?
Y'all see how he
So,
put that on me? Y'all see that? Because his ass ain't
no,
gonna be
stop
live tweeting next
listening
week.
to me.
Mark my
Like, let me
words.
cook.
Y'all got the treat of Jeff live tweeting yesterday. That's gonna be the last time his ass is
No,
doing
that's not
it.
true. That's
What?
not true. That's not true. That's not true. I might do it from my account
He'll be
versus
back on that
our account.
WWE next week. Mark my words.
Well, it's Saturday. Yeah, actually, it is. But here's the funny thing. Unfortunately, there's no episode next week.
Oh no, say
It
it
doesn't
ain't
come back
so.
until August 29th, as a few people in the chat have said.
Oh,
And I'm looking on IMDb right now. The next episode, Level Up, is Sunday, August 29th.
oh, that makes me so sad. Ooh, Jamal, don't do that. Y'all be coming up with some interesting theories, and I don't know where y'all get this shit.
Y'all enjoy chaos, that's why.
It's like y'all want my brain to just so ooh, like I be floating with their theories too, like ooh, that could be true.
Like,
No,
this might be it. This might be it.
no, I will not do that. After I've had a victory this week, I will not allow you guys to mess with my brain. I will not.
Yeah. Mark, what's up? Thank you so much. I know I heard it. I'm in the future now, and I see your comment, so it's probably the echo probably stopped or whatever. One of the things with StreamYard is pretty dope, but there's like echoes at times. I've tried a bunch of shit, so sometimes I might echo, sometimes I might not, but it's gonna be minimal. Kenneth, what are you saying? Did Malcolm and his partner see the vomit on the floor when they were at the stash house?
Yes,
I believe so. I think it was
yes,
covered
she
up.
said it. No, she said somebody didn't have the stomach for what went on in here. The girl detective said that as they panned to the throw up on the floor. I don't think back then they had the ability to test like they do today. So I don't know what the forensic capabilities were back then, but something tells me they couldn't collect the vomit and test it for DNA or anything like that.
Right. Yeah, so we'll definitely check on that too. But yeah, there's no episode next week, so you probably get a break from us for a week before we come back August 29th. I was about to I thought that was a holiday weekend. That's the following Sunday. But yeah, August 29th they're back with episode 6. This was the mid-season finale. So, you know, we got a dope mini cliffhanger to end on for the next couple of weeks, but I think they're hitting their stride, and I'm hopeful that, you know, it's gonna keep going strong. What are you looking forward to, Krissy?
Just again, character development. I want to see how Rock handles this revelation from Detective Howard. I want to see how Detective Howard handles it more than anything, because honestly, he could do a lot of things at this point. So I want to know what his plan is going to be and how Rock is going to handle it. Like it's about to be pretty lit. And Davina might want to find somewhere else to live for a while. But yeah, what about you?
Big fact. Yeah, I'm interested in all that. I want to see how this plan by Rock ends up turning up. Yeah, I'm really excited, yo. Like for real. I'm like,
yes,
really
this is a good show.
It's really dope. Couple of things before we get out of here. Michelle says book 3 is more relatable. We all know Raquel, Marvin, and Lou, and it's a time capsule. That's the thing that gets it for me, and it's partially and it's from my borough, so it just hits me different. Aichi, what's up? Welcome to the show. I just hope one of the Raising Kanan characters lives to make it into Power Book 2 or Book 4. Something we were talking about earlier. Yeah. I'm that's the one thing. It's whoever survives technically could be still in the Power universe, just been laying low.
Or in jail.
I don't think Marvin, Tracy says, I don't think Marvin, Rock, and Lulu have the same daddy. You know what? We're not doing this.
Y'all.
No, I don't know. You never know.
You never know. You never know. Yeah. Especially, you know, but they did say Lulu did say if I'm on the right titty, you on the left. And I was like, man, y'all
they stupid.
They are just dumb.
They are stupid.
I love it.
Dan asking us to review Godfather of Harlem and Snowfall. Don't be giving us more work.
Ooh, Snowfall is so good though. But
I've heard great things. Yeah, BMF may be coming out, and I've heard great things about Godfather in Harlem. Shout out to my bro Lamar, who's on the show. doing his thing, and I've heard a lot of great things. That's one of those shows, that and Snowfall, that I'm gonna have to sit down and
Please
lock
watch it.
into.
It's so good.
Yeah.
Franklin Saint is just.
Oh, that's how you pronounce that. That's how you pronounce the name, is Icy. Icy.
Oh,
I get you.
I see.
Yeah.
It's almost like IET, eh?
Yeah,
Like
a
I
little bit, but, you
almost
know,
got real Creole on their ass. Like, oh, okay.
y'all was doing a lot. Y'all was doing a lot with that. And Roz, yeah, this is a good way to close. Love the episode recap. Y'all dope per usual, and praise up for your people in the island. Yeah, shout out to all the Haitian people affected by the earthquake. You know, if you're gonna donate anything, donate to a reputable organization.
Please research. My God, please.
You know, please do that. Reputable. Which one is it? Reputable. I always say reputable. I said that once on our show, and I got cooked.
Go take a class with Symphony. My God.
No, he doesn't teach language arts. All right, relax. But yeah, so organizations, authentic organizations, i.e., not the Red Cross or anything like that. They've been stealing for years, especially to Haiti. Find legit organizations to donate to. Shout out to the people. It's time for all of them countries to pay what they owe back to the Asian people, and them not to have a corrupt government, so that they can instill the proper infrastructure so that they can withstand these natural disasters, because clearly the fault line is hot. So
it's terrible down there. The videos that I've seen, and like even my mom checking with our family this weekend, I mean, it is just, it's awful, and they need help. And I again urge you to do your research before you donate to anyone. Please. Do not donate to any of these influencers who say they're giving back money. Please just do your research and make sure your money is going somewhere that is going directly to the island to help the people.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that's been talking about this for years. Shout out to my guy, Alan Patron. He's been on it for years about it. So if there's anybody I would trust to find the orgs or do something, it's him. And there's a lot of others that are
he's actually doing something himself. He's got a clothing line, and he's donating 50% of the proceeds to that. So
100%,
it's Al at Al_Patron on Instagram. But he's reputable.
Is Alan, right?
Is it Alan?
ALAIN. I'll put it in the chat so that y'all have it. His brand is Learn Life, based off of his podcast, really dope podcast too. That y'all should check out. Definitely check him out. 50% of the proceeds from his merch, and the merch is fire too. I bought some stuff from there already.
Me too.
Merch is fire, and proceeds from that are gonna go to legit Haiti relief funds. So half of 50% of everything that he has. So yeah, definitely do that. Pray for, if you know Haitian people, if you're cool with them, or even if you're not, pray for them. Make sure that people's are good, and hopefully, like, you know, things will get better. So that does it for us. You already know the vibes and how we get down. You see the ticker on the screen. Follow Power After Hours on all social media platforms. Thank y'all. Comment section. Y'all are the best.
Y'all the best, man.
Tap in with us. Y'all stay hot. You make this show what it is. Everybody that's joining us for the first time, thank you for stopping by. If you've been here for a long time, thank you for coming back. Like, comment, and subscribe. But bigger than anything else, subscribe to the YouTube so that you'll know when we're going live, and spread this to other Power fans too. We know a lot of people like it and may not know about our show, but y'all know this is where the power parties begin. This is the after show. This is the after party to have all those conversations that we want to have about the show in all the books of power. So, you know, we appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all linking with us every week. This has elevated our show to another level. I don't know how you feel about it, Krissy, but
I love it. I love interacting with all of you. You guys are great.
Yeah, y'all are really dope. And you know, subscribe here on YouTube. For those of you listening on the podcast, listening on any podcast platform, I love you. Y'all are the OGs, originators of this show, to be with us in podcast form, and now we're doing it in YouTube too. And if you want to be a part, you sign up to the YouTube, and you'll know when we're going. Follow us on social too. So thank you. Remember, no show. Next Power Kanan comes back August 29th. So definitely lock into that. And once again, I repeat, if you like what you are listening to, if you like what you see, pass that on to another Power fan or people who just like cool conversation, because we doing this YouTube thing, okay?
Yes.
We're doing this YouTube thing. So
I'll be wearing my crown in 2 weeks, guys.
I might not come back. I ain't gonna hold you, because
you're coming back.
I might need a break.
So dramatic. Oh my God. Are you Symphony's son?
I'm Harmony. Yeah, that's my name, Harmony.
Oh my God. Sign out. First it was the Club Facts, and now your name is Harmony.
I'm not Symphony, I'm Harmony.
You're
Love
done.
y'all. We'll talk to you. We'll talk to you next week.
Peace, guys.